When something as significant as what happened here takes place, it takes an army of well-rehearsed coordination to make sure that victims have a fighting chance to survive. Our Dannika Lewis sat down with a physician who was on the ground supporting those first responders on that day. It's an incredible story.
It really is. And Susan, I gotta be honest here, I wasn't even in town the day that this happened. So when I saw the images, I thought for sure that it was a mass casualty event. And even a trauma-trained doctor, one who knows this by heart, he's grateful he did not have to become a hero that day because other heroes were prepared and stepped up.
The thing that just blows my mind is that it wasn't bigger than it was.
Each angle of downtown Sun Prairie that day suggests chaos.
We're not sitting here talking about hundreds of casualties.
With every new view, we assumed the worst. Everybody back, please. That included the people called out to make the best of it.
We had no way of knowing how many patients were going to come out of there and how quickly they were going to come out.
Still, Dr. Michael Lohmeyer felt
the demeanor and the calmness.
Calm. He had already worked a 12-hour shift at the Eastside UW Hospital. He was leaving as the first ambulance showed up.
It sort of gelled in everybody's mind that this is something real. We don't know what's going on.
As the medical director for Sun Prairie Fire, he didn't go home to his family. He went to help.
The thing that means the most to me is feeling like I was able to contribute in some small way to help them do their jobs better. Reflective jackets and vests and things that would keep us safe on the scene of a disaster.
Part of Dr. Lohmeyer's job is to show up at scenes like the explosion.
But of course, we hope it will never happen.
Or the active shooter in Middleton last year.
I see my role in those situations as being somewhat of the medical conscience. There's a whole bunch of specialized equipment inside of it, so we've got scalpels, we've got gloves.
His team comes in this emergency vehicle, pre-packed with kits that can treat all sorts of medical issues.
Bandages, gauze.
Making sure as many people as possible get the best care possible, including those risking their lives to help everyone else.
I don't know that I have it in me, and I think that the fact that the men and women who do that every day don't even think twice it's incredible. It's really incredible.
While his expertise focuses on physical injuries, Dr. Lohmeyer knows what he can't bandage hurts too. And it doesn't take a hugely traumatic, headline-grabbing event.
People describe it as it's almost like wearing a backpack. And every time you get another rock, another small rock put into your backpack and you're carrying something else along with you, it doesn't seem like much at the time, but eventually one day you have that rock put in and you fall down.
So Dr. Lohmeyer and his team are ready to lift them up any way they can.
All we want to do is help, and that's what we're here for.
Dr. Lohmeyer says that his teams do help with a couple of drills each month around Dane County. They pick a community and simulate something like a big bus crash or perhaps a building collapse to prepare for situations like we saw here in Sun Prairie a year ago. So there is training, Susan, going into this, a lot of thought. And he just used the word calmness to suggest, to describe the scene at best.
And I think now every time we hear about a gas leak, everyone is so triggered that Sun Prairie will come to mind. And the community here has set the bar very high for how you respond to a tragedy like this.
I think that's absolutely right, because it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that's for sure. Dannika, thank you so much.